If there was a Mormon recruiter coming to your door now, what would you say to them?
And we do get them coming to the door. So I just tell them, I'm nice. And I just say, hey guys, thanks. We're good. We know all about your message. And, let's just leave it at that. If they persist, and occasionally they do, then I'll say, look, guys, I used to be Mormon. I've been on mission myself. I understand what you're going through. And if you ever want to have a discussion and you want to know some things you don't know that I do know, I'm happy to do that. But on the other hand, if you're not ready to have your world rocked, then you might want to just go on to the next door. And most people don't want to know, not even my own family. They know that, I've had discussions with each of my siblings, and my parents are passed on. So that for me wasn't an issue. It is for a lot of people when they discover the truth behind, what they thought they knew. And that's the other thing. If you listen to anybody that's at the top of the Mormon church, they will tell you that we are the only true church on the face of the earth. Wow, how interesting, because that's exactly what the Jehovah Witnesses leaders tell their followers. And that's exactly what the Catholics tell their followers. So one of the things that I found really interesting to me was there's a short video. It's 11 or 12 minutes long, and I don't remember the name of it now, but it's on YouTube. And it was all these different people telling, speaking to the camera as I'm doing right now and saying, hey, I grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist church, and I know that my church is the only true church on the face of the earth. And they have tears coming down their cheeks, and they're very much believing what they're saying. And then they'll go to a Mormon, and then they'll go to a Jehovah Witness, and then they'll go to a Jewish person, and then they'll go to a Muslim. And every one of these people are saying the exact same thing, that they've had a special witness that has, so they can now testify that their beliefs are true and that their religion is the only true religion. And of course, for somebody standing on the sidelines, you're hearing 7 or 8 different people come forward telling you they know their church is the only true church. Well, how can that be? I mean, yeah, obviously there's a disconnect, right? It doesn't make any sense. So
Mhm.
now I view religion very differently. I think religion works for some people. There's a sense of community, a sense of togetherness. If I was to move today and I was to move to anywhere in the world, if I was moved to London, England, I could find a Mormon church and go on Sunday and feel like I have people who get me, who understand me, who are part of my larger family, so to speak. And I think that's what religion does for a lot of people. That just gives them something to, be comfortable in their life in this crazy world that we live in, and people who are like-minded. And I think they like that. So we don't affiliate with any religion at this point in our lives. I am a humanist. I like helping people. I like volunteering. I like, being kind and considerate without any um, reward coming my way. Used to be that we would do something, we'd say, oh, hey, we're getting blessings for that. Now we just do it because it's the right thing to do.
That's nice. You mentioned something in one of your previous answers around the intent of, let's say, the leaders within Mormonism and how they sort of knew that it was, should we say, the wrong thing to do. The reason why I asked you the question about the people coming to your door is I wondered whether you have or have had any resentment in relation to the fact that you spent a portion of your life, a good percentage of it, um, towards something that perhaps you don't feel is true anymore. So, how do you feel about that topic?
I think once you fail or find out that you've been lied to, you're angry. And there's a saying that the truth will set you free. And my joke is the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. And and so I think that's normal. I think that there's people. I was angry. I went through an angry phase because I was duped, and a lot of the things I did throughout my life, I did because of what I was told, um, what I believed. Did I ever say that I knew the Mormon church was the only true church? I never said that. Because I never knew it. I would say my prayers, and to be quite honest, I never felt like I ever received an answer when I prayed. Some people say they do. They get a warm feeling, whatever. I never did. So I never had a confirmation that these things were true. I was just being told this by others. But when you're told this by your parents and your grandparents and people that you trust, then you just kind of maybe hold on to their testimony or hold on to what their beliefs are until you become an adult. And then, maybe you have your doubts but you got leaders saying, doubt your doubts, right? So you just kind of roll with it until you don't. And, we were like, I'm not saying the word is smart enough, but we believed enough in our daughter and loved her enough that when she came to us with tears in her eyes saying, I found these essays, we studied them in our religions class because she was going to a church owned university, Brigham Young University. And in her religion class, they were studying these essays. And when she was reading these things, she was like, wait a minute, that's not what I was taught growing up. So she started, and there's footnotes, and you can research the footnotes. And then, once you're on the internet, all the information is there if you choose to look. Most people don't, because once again, we were told not to. We were told not to look at things that weren't church approved.